close your eyes. Imagine it is 200,000 years ago. The sun has just disappeared beneath the African savanna. Cold air creeps slowly across the grasslands, and somewhere beyond the darkness, something is hunting you. You have no walls, no electricity, no locked door, only darkness. Out there in the tall grass, glowing eyes are already moving toward you. Predators with claws sharper than stone, silently circling, patiently waiting. For millions of years, sunset meant one thing to our ancestors: fear. Absolute, primal, bone-deep terror. Because humans were never built for the night. Weak night vision, slow reflexes, no fangs, no armor. When darkness fell, we became prey. But then, humanity did something that should have been impossible. We captured a piece of the sun and carried it into the dark. And that single act did not just keep us warm, it rewired the human brain forever. Welcome back. When most people imagine prehistoric humans, they picture exhausted cave dwellers collapsing the moment the sun goes down. That image is completely wrong. The night was not the end of prehistoric life. It was the beginning of everything that makes us human. After sunset, ancient humans gathered around firelight for hours. They told stories, performed rituals, studied the stars above them, interpreted their dreams, and entered altered states of consciousness that would later become the foundation of religion itself. The modern human mind was not built in the daylight. It was born after dark. And by the end of this video, you will never look at sleep, campfires, or the night sky the same way again. Before humans mastered fire, nighttime was a death sentence. Our ancestors shared the African landscape with predators perfectly designed for darkness: saber-toothed cats, giant hyenas, massive nocturnal hunters with senses far beyond anything we possessed. When daylight disappeared, early humans climbed into trees simply to survive until morning. Think about the psychological wake of that existence. Every single sunset triggered anxiety. Every rustle in the grass could mean death. Every shadow could be your last. For millions of years, darkness was the enemy. But then, around 1 million years ago, everything changed. Homo erectus began controlling fire. And this single breakthrough may be the most important moment in all of human history. Because fire gave us something nature had never offered before: safe time after sunset. For the first time, humans could remain awake in darkness without living in constant terror. The fire became a glowing circle of protection, a boundary between safety and chaos, between the known and the unknown. And inside that circle, something extraordinary began to happen. The campfire became humanity's first theater, first classroom, first church, first social network. But what exactly happened around those fires every night? In 2014, anthropologist Polly Wiessner studied the Juhan-Si Bushmen of the Kalahari Desert, a hunter-gatherer society whose lifestyle still carries echoes of our ancient past. Her findings were remarkable. During the daytime, nearly every conversation revolved around survival, hunting, food, conflict, resources. But after sunset, everything transformed. Once the fire was lit, practical conversations almost completely disappeared. People began telling stories, myths and legends passed down from their ancestors, personal experiences that shaped their identity, spiritual beliefs about the world beyond what they could see. And this was not just entertainment. Stories allowed humans to transfer knowledge across generations without writing. They taught morality, built trust between strangers, united larger communities around shared beliefs. Some researchers believe this nighttime storytelling culture was the spark behind the cognitive revolution, the explosion of creativity and complex thinking that separated modern humans from every other species on Earth. In other words, human civilization may have been born beside a campfire. But here's where the story gets even stranger, because ancient humans did not sleep the way you do. Modern society tells us that healthy sleep means 8 uninterrupted hours every single night. But for most of human history, that was never how sleep worked. Historian A. Roger Ekirch spent years analyzing historical documents, studying pre-industrial sleep patterns, and again, across hundreds of sources, he found references to something called first sleep and second sleep. The pattern was consistent across cultures and centuries. People would fall asleep shortly after dark, sleep for several hours, then naturally wake around midnight, fully alert, completely calm. And this midnight waking was considered normal, not broken. It was normal. For 1 or 2 hours, people remained awake in the quiet darkness. They talked softly, reflected on their dreams, checked the fire, prayed, or simply lay beneath the open stars in peaceful silence. Then they returned to sleep until sunrise. Now ask yourself something. Have you ever woken at 3 in the morning for no reason at all and immediately felt a wave of anxiety, convinced something was wrong? Your prehistoric brain may not be malfunctioning. It may simply be remembering an ancient rhythm that modern civilization erased. A 2015 study in Current Biology confirmed this. Researchers examined sleep in pre-industrial communities across Tanzania, Namibia, and Bolivia. They found sleep was fragmented and flexible, not one solid block. People woke during the night regularly, socializing and tending fires. The prehistoric night was not empty unconsciousness. It was a living, breathing social world. But the night was not only social, it was deeply, profoundly spiritual. Long before science, humans looked into the night sky and searched for meaning. The stars became humanity's first map, first calendar, first cosmic story. Ancient people memorized entire constellations to track seasons, predict migrations, and understand time itself. But darkness did something even more powerful than that. It altered human consciousness. Imagine sitting deep inside a prehistoric cave, drums echoing off stone walls, voices chanting rhythmically in the dark, flames throwing moving shadows across the ceiling above you. The isolation from daylight changes perception. Firelight hypnotizes. The brain slips into a trance-like state between waking and dreaming. Many anthropologists believe these nighttime rituals became the seeds of the earliest religious experiences in human history. The darkness was not emptiness, it was a doorway into another world. And maybe that ancient doorway still exists inside you, because despite all our technology, humans are still drawn to fire, still fascinated by stars, still unable to fully resist the pull of darkness. Somewhere deep inside your biology, a prehistoric human is still sitting beside the flames, listening to the darkness, watching the stars move, waiting for sunrise. If this video changed the way you see sleep, history, or what it means to be human, subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a deep dive like this. And drop a comment below. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night and felt completely, strangely calm, like your body knew exactly what it was doing? That's not insomnia. That's 200,000 years of human memory still running inside you. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.